Hey, what's up, everybody? Swish here. Well, as you're probably wondering, or probably might even know, this is not a review of the intermediate course that I had went to over this past weekend. This is more of just reasons why I actually left. Um, and I thought long and hard on if I was even gonna do this video because my goal or my intent is not to bring any discredit or anything like that or speak negatively about the course. There was nothing negative about it at all, nothing bad about it why I left. I didn't tap for any kind of degree of difficulty or a medical or anything. I simply chose to leave because I found the first day I was there, I wasn't what was happening. I wasn't even interested in anything that was happening and anything that I was learning, um, which was weird. I was so excited to go, trained up for it, and got there. And I think my expectations were um, a little different than what was presented. And it's no fault through the course because it says what they present right on the website. So I guess I should have taken that into consideration more, and I didn't. But the intermediate course is really more for, at least how I felt with the current curriculum, long-term wilderness survival living, sustainability in the woods, off the landscape, and that is just something that I'm not interested in. I'm interested in the kind of survival to, you find yourself in a situation, get the hell out, those kinds of ways. The basic course really does a good job of that, I feel. And I had a blast at the basic, but this one I just wasn't having any fun because of it didn't pique my interest. There was nothing that I was really enjoying or anything like that. In fact, I think when we were getting done towards the end of the afternoon, moving back to the classroom area, Bart, one of the instructors, said, "Hey, you okay, Swish?" And I said, "Man, this is just not interesting to me. I don't feel interested. I'm not excited about any of this. It's not." And I don't know why. I had prepped so much for this and stuff like that. And when I got there, I just was kind of like, huh, you know. And the first day is a lot of intro. I started off with a land nav course, which brings me to a tip if you want to go. During the timed events, don't be late. I want to put that out. Don't be late. It's better to get as many points as you can and show up on time than continue trying to find them and be late. I was late. Me and my partner were late. Didn't know, because if you're late, you don't get credit for anything that you found. But if you come back, it's better to have it. And I will tell you, especially in the summertime, it is thick. Way thicker than when I was there in November for the basic class. There was actually on the land nav course, which it really isn't a land nav course. It's you're given an azimuth on the tree, and you have to walk that line. You have to walk that azimuth, and get your back azimuth pace count, all that good stuff, till you find the next point. So thick, I found myself actually crawling on my hands and knees because it was just that thick. You couldn't really move around. You had to get through it and get on your hands and knees. It was thick with briars and all that good stuff. Much thicker in the summertime. In fact, we had done so many land nav course, so many of that course of the land nav portion of the walking the straight line of the basic, that I had gotten to know the area. And because it was overgrown, because when I was there in November, everything had died off, I didn't recognize anything. I was like, man, I don't even know where I'm at. Luckily, I had the map that I drew out, in the basic course we got there. Dave made us draw kind of a rough map of where the pipeline is and everything. So I was able to find our way back. And we got there late. So make sure you guys are on time for everything. Even if you didn't get every deliverable or anything, it's better to come back with what you have on time than be late. If you're late, everything that you did it's not going to happen. So I just wanted to put that out there. Make sure you guys are on time, because the thing is, I still think for what it's designed to do, it's great. Dave, Jake, and Bart, man, they're on it. They know their stuff. They're good instructors. Everything was good as far as what was presented. But for me, I just wasn't interested. It didn't pique my interest in at all, which is disappointing for me, not for them. I wasn't disappointed in them or anything that they were doing or anything. I was disappointed in myself, because I just was like, man, what, this sucks, it sucks to prep for something and be excited something, get there and you find out, man, it just wasn't what you thought, wasn't what you thought it was gonna be. And I'm sitting there and I have my all my the first day we did a resource walk, and this is this tree, this is that tree, this is this wood, this is what that does, collect this, collect that. And sitting there at the table, cutting my ladder back frame, and just thinking, I'm not interested in this. I have no desire to do this kind of long-term very heavy bushcraft, because I have no desire of the bushcraft side of it. I never really have. And I thought, well, why don't you just stay and just finish it? Just stay and finish it. My kind of decision for deciding to leave was, there were some personal issues I had back home, here at home, that I'm not going to divulge those, because I don't put my dirty laundry on social media. It's my business. And I felt, you know what, you got the time off, why don't you go home and deal with that? It's more important. And it was more important. So I walked up to Dave, Bart, and Trent and said, hey, I want to go home. My heart is just not in this. I have no interest in really being a woodsman. And I just want to go home. And Jake kind of asked me, well, what is it that you didn't like about it? And I told him, I said, it really has nothing to do with you guys, and it really doesn't. It just, what's been going on today has had no interest in me. And so I just said, and I explained to them that I was able to explain to them about my personal issues, and that, I just want to go home and take care of them. And, it means more to me and everything. And I said, okay, and I packed up my stuff, and Bart got me in the Gator, or the side-by-side, and we went off to my car, and shook his hand, shook Jake's hand, everything, and parted ways. And I have no regrets. I have no regrets about doing that, which I think says it all. I don't feel ashamed that I left early. I have no regrets on it. I believe I made the right decision. If your heart's not in it, why do it? Why do it if your heart's not in it? So that was why I made the decision. And but as far as how the course goes, man, if you're interested in woodsman mentality, primitive survival, very primitive, living off the landscape as far as making tools and all these things, let me tell you, this course is for you. It is for you. If you have aspirations, especially if you want to go on shows like Alone and do all that stuff, if that ever interested you, I would tell you that Dave, Jake, Bart, all the instructors are experts to get you there. I will tell you that, as well as any kind of primitive survival. And they will not quit on you. They won't, no matter what. They're there. They're excellent instructors. You have a question, they're there to answer it. Doesn't matter. And there was some funny moments that were had and everything, and was going on while we were doing the bow drill with Jake, but that was kind of my decision, and I was the first one to leave, and I did leave the day I got there. I'm not going to try to fool anybody and thinking, oh, I stayed longer. No, I left the first day, towards the end of the day, mainly because I felt like if my heart's not in it, why waste their time? You know, these guys are dedicated guys, and I don't want to waste their time. It's disrespectful to them to do so. And they were very cordial and very good to me when there was no judgment. There was no, yeah, you freaking quitter. That didn't happen. That doesn't happen. So, which was cool. It was a very good parting, I felt anyway. But so I'm just on to different things, prepping for what I really am excited for, which is the SEER challenge coming up, and that's the kind of survival that I'm really into. Um, you know, uh, Surviving in a military style fashion, and I do believe what I learned at the basic course I will be able to implement there, and I'm excited about that, and I'm glad to have that training, and I will continue to pursue that training. I believe still wholeheartedly in Dave Canterbury's 10 C's of survival. I will continue to implement that wherever I go. I believe it is one of the best, if not the best system out there, because it's just so versatile. It's not, it's not specific. It's a great base system that I will always use, and I'm grateful for that time. And I have nothing but respect for Dave. Great guy, expert, knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about. Jake and Bart are great instructors. I recommend it. It is worth the money, and that's the other thing. Everyone's be like, Clinton, but you paid the money. You paid the money, Swish. What are you doing? I know I paid the money. I'm happy to keep the money. I don't care. I've had a couple of people say, you think you should ask for the money back? Well, here's why I'm not. One, you can't. It says so right when you read it. There's a certain time to cancel, and after that, you can't. Two, if that money goes to help, that the rest of the Pathfinder school, they can have it. I'm fine with it. Because I support it. I support what they're doing. Even though it's not my thing, I still support what they're doing in that sense. So I just wanted to put that out there and give you guys my feedback, and in that sense, my opinions, my take on it, why I left. And there was something else that I wanted to say, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was that I wanted to say on that. But all in all, my experience with the Pathfinder School has been great with everything. Self-Reliance Outfitters has great products, and continue to purchase them if I need them. And but this is where I'm going to, as far as when it comes to any kind of training, probably just going to part ways, because like I said, it is very bushcraft heavy. It's bushcraft heavy, at least when you get into the more advanced classes and all that stuff. And which is great. It's great for what they're doing. It's just I just realized, that part just doesn't interest me, and not gonna waste anybody else's time for that matter. So with that, I'm gonna just focus on the next adventure, which is preparing for the SEER challenge coming up in November. And appreciate everyone. If you want to like this video and share it or subscribe or whatever you want to do, go ahead. Fine with me. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Not sure when that's going to be. And hope you guys have a good time. And yeah, get outside and have a great time. And till the next one. See ya.